Today's guest is esthetician Natalie Bevans. Listen in, ladies, for tips on how to take care of our skin and how to protect our skin. You know how we can sometimes get frustrated over how our skin appears. Sometimes it seems like our skin's fighting against us, right? But listen in. There's some awesome tips in today's episode on how to take care of your skin.
Tired, weary, frustrated? What would you be doing if you weren't raising children alone? What's stopping you from living your best life now? On SoloMoms Talk, I discuss with solo mothers the challenges you face raising children alone. So if you're a working solo mom dealing with independent children, insensitive bosses, weight and health issues, or even debt collectors, join us as we discover your path to get and stay healthy, increase your income, and live with joy and purpose.
In this battle of life, it's hard to keep your head above the water. So win this fight.
My guest today is Natalie Bevans, skin care specialist. Thanks for coming and talking to me today, Natalie. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here with you.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about skincare. I'm glad that you're here with us. Esthetician. All right. So, thank you again. And, usually I like to ask my guests to tell me who they are before they tell me what they do. So tell us, who is Natalie?
Who is Natalie? Well, I am a mother of 5. I am from a farm, and we are back living in the farm and doing all the farming stuff. And I love it. And just being out in the country and the wide open spaces, I love it.
I'm jealous. Anyway, not of the 5 kids. Farm.
It's a lot of kids.
Boy, sorry. So are you a solo mom?
I am actually not. No, I am
Okay.
here with my husband,
All right.
and yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I commend solo moms, even the ones that have husbands that have to work far away and come back. I think it's amazing, and they do so much, and to keep it together half the time, they're amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a challenge enough when dad's around. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, can you now tell us what you do and what you do for your clients?
So I am a master esthetician. So I specialize in skin, and I specialize more in aging and acne, although I do treat other issues as well. But I help women. I do it online. And what I do is I help women understand their skin, because nowadays information about skin is coming at us from all venues, everywhere. You know, we turn on the TV and there's commercials. We look on Instagram and there's people talking about it. And we are given so much information, and it's very, it's not understood that skin is very individual. It depends on your lifestyle, your habits, your genetics, and I mean, so many other factors. And so your skin is very individual. And so what's working for your favorite Instagrammer, or what's working for your favorite celebrity, or the commercial that you saw, it's not necessarily going to work for you. And so I love to teach women that their skin is very individual, and they need things specifically for their skin and how it is right now. And so through that, once they get through that, then they start to understand their own skin and understand, you know, what it's trying to talk to them about, and see the triggers that are happening, and understand when you need to change things within your regimen and stuff. And so really that's the basis. I just want women to understand their own skin. They don't have to understand everybody's skin. They just need to understand their own.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. So that is so true.
Yeah.
A lot of times we see somebody's flawless skin, and we want that flawless skin because and that did it. But yeah, I understand. Thank you very much for talking about that. I also want you, before you talk about your actual work, is that what are the factors that affect a woman's skin in general?
There really are so many factors. So many factors. It is the environment you're in, your emotional health, your mental health, the products you're putting on your skin, where you work, where you live as far as the environment and all of that. I mean, there are so many factors, and I have a guide that everybody can have. It's a free guide, but it talks a lot about individual things that you can do from all of these factors, stuff that you can do emotionally, stuff that you can do physically, stuff that you can do topically, all of these things that play a role in your skin's health. Because really, it is the largest organ. And a lot of times we don't treat it like an organ. We treat it as something that we aesthetically see, right? And so we're not thinking of it as we need to keep it healthy. We're thinking of we want it to look good. But in order to look good, it needs to be healthy. And all of those factors play a role in that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And is there a reason why I always want to know the story behind the story? Is there a reason why you focus on our skin?
Yes, I love skin, but when I was in my 20s, it was about my 20s, I just started having acne all through my cheek area. And of course, not knowing much. And I think I was kind of the typical woman, right? I didn't know a whole lot. My mom had told me to wash my face and use good products. And that was about the extent of my information that I had. And so when I broke out everywhere, I just thought it came up overnight because I had, of course, no prior knowledge, no understanding. And I just was like, wow, what happened? And so just my personality as a researcher. And so I started just researching and researching. And I was reading books and doing all of the things, like everything that the books would tell me, or, you know, if I saw an expert, anything that they would tell me, I would do. But nothing was working, and it wasn't getting better. It was starting to get a little bit worse. And I just was really frustrated. And so then when I would go to a store, any type of store, if it had a skincare aisle of any sort, I would go there. And if a product said acne on it, I would buy it, because in my mind, I was thinking, well, it says acne. I have acne, so it should work. But then on top of that, my skin is very sensitive. And so I was getting irritation and sensitivity and rashes, and it was just a mess. And I didn't know what I was doing. And it was about that time somebody said something about an esthetician. And of course, this is 20 years ago, and it's not as common. It wasn't as common as it is now to hear the term esthetician. And I was like, well, what is that? Like, that sounds interesting, right? And I was like, how do you say this, right? An esthetician. And so they explained it, and I was like, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. And at first, it started out as just purely for me, because I needed to fix my problem. It was another avenue of research for me. And then it just turned into a complete love. I love skin. I love talking about the health of it and how it interacts with all the rest of your organs in your body, and how it's really trying to communicate to you. And just overall, I just love it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. The personal story. I love it. All right. Okay. Yeah. And speaking of skin, you also mentioned anti-aging.
Yeah.
What is that about? And because that confuses me. I'm 62 years old, and whenever I use anything that says anti-aging, my pores just go like this, So can you explain what that means in skincare?
Well, it sounds like you haven't found quite the right product for yourself. So anti-aging is just really products and treatments and things that you're going to do to help prevent or prolong the youth, prevent the longevity of your skin and keep it healthy for longer. To me personally, I think aging is beautiful, but I think when we start to, if we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s, in reality, we probably don't actually want to look like we're in our 20s anymore, right? I mean, we say that, but I don't know if we actually would want to be in our 20s again, right? And I wouldn't want to do it all over again. But I
Speak for
think
yourself.
when
I'm
you
just
would do
kidding.
it. I think a lot of times when we're talking about anti-aging, it's more to get more healthy and beautiful, smoother, more even toned skin. And that's kind of what women are looking for. Even though we think we want, no wrinkles, nothing, which would be great, but that's not what anti-aging is going to do. It's not going to reverse it completely. What we're doing is prolonging it. We're softening it. We can definitely make it look younger. It's not going to take us back a couple of decades.
Right. Okay, so no miracle working.
Well, I mean, some things actually, it feels like a miracle, but if you're 80 expecting to look 20, then maybe we can't do that.
Gotcha. Okay. And okay, so walk us through, tell a potential client how you can help them, and also tell them how they can connect with you so you could help them.
Yeah, you bet. So if they just grab that free guide that I was talking about, that will actually be your first step in like helping you with your skin, stuff that you can start tonight. You don't need to go out and buy all sorts of things at this point. Like grab that free guide and it's going to help you right now today. And you can start just doing little things that will help your skin. And then if they want to work with me, just reply to that emails that you'll get from that guide. And I'm right there and I'm happy to help. So what I do is I actually work with women online, women and men. I work online. And what we do is I do virtual consultations. We go through, it's a program that you'll go walk with me through for 3 months. And at the end of it, whatever your skincare issue is, we're going to have it under control. You're going to know what products to use for your skin type, your skin tone, your skin issues, all of that. You'll know exactly what to use. And then you'll understand your skin. You'll know what it's trying to signal and why things are happening, when they are. And so really we'll walk you through that. And by the end of 3 months, I mean, of course you can keep hanging out with me and asking me questions. But by the end of 3 months, you really should understand your skin and know what to do with it. And it won't be so confusing and overwhelming anymore.
Okay. And where would we get that guide?
So it's at lp.fordandbeauty.com.
Okay. And we'll put that link on the show notes. And you're on Instagram?
Yep, at the Ford and Beauty.
Okay. All right. So we'll put those links in the show notes. Thank you.
Perfect.
What is Natalie grateful for today?
I am grateful for the trees. The area that we live in is just covered in trees and the birds and the sounds. I love it. It makes me happy. Just fills my soul.
I'm sure. Thank you. And give me one piece of advice for a solo mom and in any context.
I feel like with the jobs and the schooling that my husband's done, I feel like I have been a solo mom because it's very hard. But I think just you're doing amazing. No matter where you are and how terrible and how much you feel like is losing and dropping off, you really are doing amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And you have 5, so you, yeah. Yeah.
Lots of fun.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Natalie Bevans, for coming and talking to us on SoloMoms Talk. And skincare is not something we solo moms have time for, but we should, right? We really should, because at the end of the day, we still have to take care of who we are. So yes, I appreciate you coming and sharing your expertise with us.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me come on.